All right, buddy, welcome back to Ox Talks. I appreciate you watching the show. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up button for me, liking the videos, sharing the videos, and also if you're not subscribed to the Ox Talks channel, I would really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button for me. The show today is going to discuss family dynamics, which we're all going to, or many of us across this country, are going to be experiencing in the next 24 to 48 hours with Thanksgiving. And by the way, a happy Thanksgiving to everybody, each and every one of you, and to your families. Hope you have a blessed, safe, healthy, and prosperous Thanksgiving and weekend. I also hope that you'll be able to spend some time with family and loved ones during a time where we're all being pulled in a whole lot of directions with the economic strains in this country. So happy Thanksgiving. The thumbnail photo today is an actual photo I took of our Thanksgiving dinner table. My wife set that up last night in anticipation of our guests coming tomorrow, which I'm going to discuss in a few minutes with you. But I'd be remiss by not sharing the main economic topic of today, or news story, and that is the inflation numbers. The Consumer Price Index numbers came out this morning, and according to Yahoo Finance, consumer price increases accelerated last month, the latest sign that inflation's steady decline over the past 2 years has stalled in recent months. According to the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge, consumer prices rose 2.3% in October from a year earlier. The Commerce Department said on Wednesday. That's up from just 2.1% in September. Pretty healthy rise, though it's still only modestly above the Fed's 2% target. And again, we have to take these numbers with a grain of salt. We all know that the true inflation numbers are far in excess of what the government reports. He says, yet excluding the volatile food and energy categories, so-called core prices have also picked up, climbing 2.8% last month from a year earlier, up from 2.7% in September. According to Commerce's personal consumption expenditures, economists closely watch core prices because they typically provide a better read on where inflation's headed. Yearly core inflation has fluctuated, it says, between 2.6 and 2.8% since February, but price increases, here's the kicker, have remained elevated in services, including apartment rents, restaurant meals, car insurance, and home insurance, right? So all of the things that impact you and I every day continue to go up, all right? Things are going in the wrong direction. And for those of you that are banking on more massive Fed rate cuts coming in December into 2025, you might want to take a step back. If you think that mortgage rates are going to drop precipitously, if you think the rates on your credit cards are going to go down and you're going to get some kind of a bailout, I think that those folks, may have a bit of a rude awakening. Let me shift to the topic for today's video, and basically, here's what we will be dealing with. So my family, and look, we all have our own family dynamics, and some of them are tumultuous, some of them are smooth. I will say this, that we've been able to provide a pretty consistent, pretty streamlined, comfortable lifestyle for our kids. But when you start to involve, let's say, extended family, right? Parents, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, people that maybe you only see a couple times a year. Again, love to hear your comments. I'm going to share with you the dynamics that we will be, or I will be, and my family will be encountering tomorrow at our table for Thanksgiving. So we're going to have 9 guests tomorrow. 9 guests, 9 people total. My wife and I, our 2 daughters, that's 4. My brother is coming out, my younger brother and his wife. Okay, so that's 6. And we're going to have a good friend of my daughter's they've known since grade school. That's 7. And then my dad, my 86-year-old dad, is going to be coming for Thanksgiving, and my 82-year-old mom. So here's the backstory. They were divorced in the late 1970s when I was, I think, 7 or 8 years old, as I can recall. My sister was like 6 at the time. My brother was 4. We're all 2 years apart. So they divorced, and then they both remarried. I won't go into those details, but many times thereafter. So we've had interesting dynamics with that situation over the years. However, they did not stay close by any means. That is a severe understatement. What's happened is, after all these years now, so 30, 40, 44, 45 years, they have not been together. They now both live in this same town here in Southern California by me. They both live alone, and it's interesting enough, they live down the street from each other by about 2.5 miles, okay? I'm close with both of them. They are not close. They don't, for the most part, communicate. However, they are both coming to Thanksgiving this year. And this happened a few years ago where I got them both to come to Thanksgiving, and it was fine. We had a nice time. Everybody was cordial. But I just said, look, they're aging. It is important that it's for all of us to give some thought to, right? It's important to think about. It's easy to draw lines in the sand, differences in political beliefs or whatever it is, not incorporate or include family, even if the dynamics aren't that smooth. My thought is, get over it. It's a time where you should have an opportunity where people aren't working, maybe they have some time off. And so my wife and I decided that we're going to host this year, and everyone's going to sit together and talk and share stories and laugh and just enjoy a day and enjoy a moment. Because frankly, both my parents are getting older, and you just never know, how much time any of us, for the most part, obviously have left on this planet. So that is what we're going to be doing. Now let's talk about, and this is where it kind of gets interesting, let's talk about the political dynamics, right? There is a substantial, oh, by the way, none of my family's prepped, none of them. None of my parents, my brother, my sister, nobody I know in the family is prepped like the way we discuss it on this channel, right? Prepped for unforeseen emergencies, whether it's financial emergencies, whether it's geopolitical emergencies, grid down, earthquake, tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever it is, right? I'm the only one. So I stopped preaching to that choir, a long time ago. You can only save those that want to save themselves. We discussed that on this channel also. But let's talk about the politics. So my younger brother and his wife are extremely liberal in their political beliefs, and I'm more conservative in my political beliefs, both economic approach and politics. And my brother and I, usually we have learned that it's just best to stay away, especially after a couple glasses of wine, best to stay away from discussing politics at the Thanksgiving table. It just never works out. And we both understand that I'm not going to convince him of anything. I'm not going to be able to convince him of anything, and he's not going to convince me of anything. It's good to share ideas and thoughts, and you kind of have to move on and pick more neutral ground. So I will definitely try to be avoiding that situation. I hope that my parents will spend some time, just spend time, talk to each other, and just understand that life is short, and that these times are what you make them. So I wanted that just to be a personal story from my family. The grass is always greener. People might say, oh, wow, he or she's got it great. And, you don't always know what's going on with a family or with dynamics or with people's true health situation, or maybe an undiagnosed health situation where they're here 1 minute on this earth and they're gone the next. I mean, you hear that happening all the time, even with young people. So just embrace the time and enjoy. We a lot of the stuff on this channel, other channels like this, is pretty brutal, right? It's pretty realistic stuff. Right now, a lot of it seems to be negative. hopefully the tide and the times are changing with that. And assuming they do, that's what we'll be shifting towards, certainly on this channel as well. I don't want to go too long today. I just wanted to ask that you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving, share my personal dynamics with you, share on the thumbnail a picture of our Thanksgiving table that I just snapped about an hour ago. And I wanted to get the video up earlier today because I think a lot of you might be taking off work early. Maybe you have a half day. Maybe you have to go out and go shopping and get things set up for tomorrow. But leave your comments below. Are you just spending Thanksgiving by yourself, or with your spouse or your significant other, or just close family? What are you guys doing? Love to hear your comments and input. And just don't take things too seriously. Don't try to prove a point or sell anybody on anything. Sometimes it's better to listen, right, than to speak. All right, that's something I've learned over the years as well. Again, I appreciate all of you. I'll try to get a video or two up over the weekend. I'm going to be taking some time away from the office. And please don't forget, I'm going to finish with this. High calorie stuff, high fat stuff. Got to enjoy it. Got to have fun. But make sure you get those workouts in this weekend. Go take those walks, after your meals. If you can, try to get to the gym. Keep some kind of regular routine. With that being said, appreciate you again, and happy Thanksgiving. See you all in a couple days. Bye.